Hey, hello everyone and welcome to Extreme Graphics Tech. My name is Angelo and this is for sure going to be the last video of the year. So before starting the video, I want to thank everybody that is part of this channel, that is helping it grow, that is here with me watching the videos, and that has clicked that subscribe button, trusting the information and giving you every time I upload a video. Also, I want to wish everyone, subscriber and not subscriber, that 2023 is a great year for everyone and brings whatever is that your life needs, whatever is that you need to improve, whatever is that you want to keep the same, or whatever is going bad that is going to disappear or going good. So I hope, if you know anything bad going in your life, it's going to be better in 2023. I know 2023 is just another day, it's just a date, but well, you know, we as humans have divided our times between in this way. We like to think that, you know, it's new stars. So I hope for everyone to have an amazing 2023. I think we all deserve it after this 3 or 4 years of pandemic and everything that is going on. So I think 2023 is going to be great. I know for gaming is going to be, apparently, so at least we have that for. Having said that, I have to say this video, I wasn't going to make this video because the context of the video is a little bit hard to explain for anyone who's following me either on Twitter, which I'm not super active. I want to improve that next year, on the English channel. I don't know if everyone knows, but I have a Spanish channel. It's my main channel, so I am more active in my Spanish Twitter. So anyway, the point is that this video started because I made a tweet on my Spanish Twitter saying that I was about to abandon consoles and I wish consoles disappear. And this, well, this brought a tsunami of angry people to, tell me, I was a PC elitist and so on and so on. And that's funny because I've been called console ignorant in this one. I mean, people, according to many people in here, after some of my videos, I am somebody who came from the console world and now I'm trying to enter the PC world, even though... Oh my god, I'm sorry. Even though I am an IT engineer and I've been working with PC since 1986. So, you know, I don't think I am a console guy, but I've been enjoying the video game world ever since the Atari 2600 in 1983. That was my first console, even though I had something before that, which were the Game & Watch for Nintendo. So anyway, the point is that, you know, everybody looks at other people according to whatever glass, tinted glass they have in front of them. But when I said that, I wasn't trying to say that consoles need to disappear in the, just be gone and not and stop to exist. It was more a reflection of what's happening with things like SteamOS and how the unification of open source OS will benefit everyone to have like a better, PCs to become more like consoles if you want to, by using a OS that allows you only to play games. So for people it's much easier, but from my point of view, the PC space give you more flexibility. You can play games in different ways, you can take them portable without having to spend any extra money, because Steam games you can play anywhere you want, and so that flexibility that you don't have in things like a PlayStation, where a game is stuck in your PlayStation and you basically cannot do anything else with that, I thought it would benefit more people. And I know that the entrance point of a PC is higher than a console if you want to at least have the same performance as a console, or if you want to play games in the same quality as a PlayStation 5, the price point for entrance on PC is going to be higher. Also, I understand the fact that not everybody knows how to build a PC or want to deal with problems, but that was my point. What I was trying to convey is that if PC keeps moving the way it does, and they make like SteamOS as a main thing. For many people, it will be just like using a console, but with the benefits of a PC. And also many manufacturers, if that when that day come, they will probably just sell complete packages, built PCs, and so on, which is what I was trying to convey. But well, anyway, a lot of people got angry about this, and so the one of the things, and you need to understand that probably the dynamics between my Spanish channel, because of the people, it's completely different from the English channel, because in Spanish, most of my audience come from Latin America, and we know the economy is different. While in the United States, a PlayStation 5 costs $500. It will vary a lot in Latin America, going from like $650 to up to $1,200 or more dollars. I've been told that in Argentina it's close to $2,000 or something like that. So that's a crazy amounts of money, of course, but it's still, for many people, is still cheaper than getting a PC. However, because of this distortion in prices, for many people it's also cheaper to get a PC over there. But the main problem that everybody normally tells you immediately is that to have the same performance as the PlayStation 5, you will need to invest 3 or 4 times the cost of a console, which is not the case in any situation. And after I made that video for my Spanish channel, I was able to confirm that, because if you see here, okay, if you had to invest 3 times the price of a PlayStation 5, this PC, as you can see here, costs around $800, but it's missing the GPU. And the reason it's missing the GPU is because I just wanted to show you that with $800 you already have a PC that is more performant than any console at the moment. But if you had to spend at least $1,500 to get the same performance as a PlayStation 5, you still have around $700 to spend. And with that sort of money, buying new, you could get like a 6800 or a 3070, which will destroy the performance of any console at the moment. So it makes no sense. So by trying to mimic the performance of a console, I built this other PC, which is the one I'm going to be testing. That costs around $700, which is, is still more expensive than a console. It's true, because as I said, the entry point in many cases is going to be more expensive, but it's not double or triple the price of a console. And I know, as I said, there are distortions in the Spanish market, and there is probably a lot of distortion too in many regions that watch the English videos. Maybe not in the United States or the UK or some other regions, but there are many, probably Asian or European places where, or Middle East even, where obviously the price is not going to be exactly what I'm showing you, but also the PlayStation 5 doesn't cost exactly $500 like in the United States. So in those places, yes, it's going to be probably even more expensive to get a PC in some places, because they've been shown that in some Latin American, it's almost better to get a PC in terms of cost. So for how much they charge you for bringing a PlayStation. So, however, it's still not even double the price. It's normally like 30, and worst case scenario 40% more expensive than getting a PlayStation. So what I was trying to convey is that. And so let's see, because I built this PC from I consider to be on par with what the PlayStation 5 offer. So I have some benchmark and just to show you, how it goes, and then we are going to be talking about that. First game I decided to test is Tales of Arise, and the reason for that is because we have a performance uncapped version of this game, so it will allow us to make like know the difference. So you can see here the game on PlayStation 4 runs at 4K 30 FPS in the quality mode, and we can mimic that easily with this PC. You can see here we're playing at a higher quality 4K, and we are all the time over 30 FPS without any issues. When we go to the performance mode, which runs at dynamic resolution on PlayStation 5, which we don't have that option in the PC space, it runs at around 1260p, and it really never runs at 60 as a constant 60. Well, so I have to find a middle ground, and that was 1800p. And yeah, that's all I needed to do to get constant 60 out of this game. So we are playing at a better quality than PlayStation 5, at least with this title here, as you can see. So for Dying Light 2, which has 3 different modes, so I started with the RT mode, which in console plays at 1080p, and we can mimic that exactly here. It's going at 30 FPS, and here we can see that we run from 30 to 40 to almost 50 sometimes. So we can see it's a successful mimic of what the console have, only that the console block it for the, to keep a steady performance. But we can see that we can play with RT on this PC without any issues. So for the performance mode, it runs in the PC on console at 1080p 60 FPS. I know this game received recently an update that is using FSR or something like that. But as you can see here, while we play 1080p, there are moments where we hit almost 100 FPS. So probably we can even go up to 1440p or use FSR and get even a better result. So as you can see, we are once again surpassing the PlayStation 5 in this case. As for the 4K version, things change a little because the 6600 XT doesn't have the same bandwidth as these effects. So in this case, I decided to use the 1800p, put a very high quality. I don't know the settings that the console is using, but in this case I use FSR balance, and as is my understanding, that is using some sort of FSR reconstruction also on console. And you can see here we hit over 30 FPS all the time, even 60 FPS sometimes. By also testing Cyberpunk, which is another game that has 2 different modes, the RT version of the game on console runs at 30 FPS with 1440p reconstructed to 4K, and that's exactly what I'm using here. So I'm playing at 4K using FSR balance with only the RT shadows exactly the same as PlayStation, and you can see we get a very stable 30 FPS. It just dips a little bit from time to time, but it's basically the same as a console. And in here you can see also it uses dynamic resolution on PlayStation, but I feel like the dynamic resolution on PC doesn't run very well, so I decided to go for 1800p using FSR balance on medium quality without ray tracing, obviously. And you can once again see we are over 60 FPS at all times. So that shouldn't be any problem for this game or this system to play at the same quality as the PlayStation 5. Out of all the games I tested, this is the one that honestly gave me more problems. And I am being honest, showing you here the results. I never got the steady 60 FPS that you get on the console using the performance RT mode. In this case I used 1440p high with FSR in dynamic resolution, but I never really got 60 FPS stable. If you remove ray tracing, then it will go perfectly fine, and I think the reason is because the API for PlayStation for ray tracing is much better than the Windows version. The final game I tested is the A Plague Tale Requiem, and I've been testing only like AAA games just to show you the performance, obviously. And you can see here we can play exactly the same as a PlayStation 5 at 30 FPS. In this case I'm playing at native 40p, and you can see it's a stable and perfect 30 FPS. However, the PlayStation 5 reconstructs from 1440p to 4K, and I'm going to test that next to show you that it's the same situation. Thus, this one I'm using the reconstruction technique included with the latest update of the game, which update with reconstruct from 1440p or whatever resolution to your native resolution that you selected. So I selected 4K, and then I put the internal resolution on balance, I believe, so it play off 1440p, and you can see here once again that the game is behaving perfectly fine, just as the console is. So as you have seen, this PC performs mostly the same as a PlayStation 5. On some games it runs much better, and in some games a little worse, but you can always adjust, and that is the advantage of PC. Also, some things that people have said is that over time PlayStation is going to be, more optimized, and this PC is going to be left behind, and I don't support that idea necessarily at 100%, because yes, this used to be the case when we were talking about specific technology used by console like the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and so on. But what has happened is that ever since the PlayStation 4, consoles are so similar to PC that basically every optimization that goes into most games for consoles also go to PC. And also on PC you have a lot more technology that allows you to set the game any way you want. So yeah, maybe in 2 years, 3 years, the PC you're not be able to play some games at the same 4K resolution. And I say like this because many of them use like reconstruction or dynamic resolution or anything. But on that PC, if you can play on 4K, you will be able to play at 1080p or 1440p. And I have shown in my Spanish channel before that a middle range PC from 2013, that is the same year that the PlayStation 4 was released, is still able to play games today. Obviously not at the best of the quality, but even games that the PlayStation 4 can play, like for example the Medium, I can play on that old, PC, while I can play those on PlayStation 4. So things are not as they used to be. Some games you are going to be able to play, some games that you're not going to be able to play. Another game I can play on that 2013 system is the Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate that you can only play now on PlayStation 5. So if you want to play that, you need a PlayStation 5. But if you had a PlayStation 4, you cannot play it. But if you have a PC from 2013, yes, you can play it. So things are not as straightforward as they used to be. And PCs are not going to, consoles are not going to overpass as a PC just as easy as it happened before, because they use the same structure basically. x86 CPU and just a normal GPU, like whatever you use. And Xbox even uses DirectX. Obviously it's a very custom-made version, but what my point is that the difference is not as staggering as it used to be. So the whole exercise of this video was to show you that you don't need to spend $1,500 to get the same performance as a PlayStation 5. And yes, it's going to be more expensive, but at the end, there is also a lot more you can do with a PC that you cannot do with a console. I understand some people prefer console because it's more comfortable. You don't have to think about many things. You just turn it on and just play with it, which is I'm working, and I don't know if you can. Well, you cannot see it there, but next to this gamepad is what I call a consoleized PC, which is a PC I'm trying to make as easy to use as a console. It starts with the Steam Big Picture, the new version, the SteamOS version, and then from there you can install any game and play. And so far it's been working quite good, and I have set up the gamepad to just activate some options, record pictures and all of that without having to use a keyboard, just as an experiment to show that PCs are evolving. And it's part of why I said that I think consoles should disappear. But anyway, people take everything out of context and then problems start. So this is what I wanted to show you guys, just to give you an idea. What do you think of this video? Do you think how much it will cost you between a PlayStation 5 and a PC? And please don't tell me twice or 3 times more to build a PC, because I don't think that's true anywhere. It have been proven before that you don't need that. I'm not talking about new parts, okay? No used part, because obviously you can also get a PlayStation 5 used and maybe it will cost you less. So that is not a fair comparison in any case. So by using new parts, you can build a quite good PC without having to spend that much more than a PlayStation. So that was what I wanted to show, and I wanted to explain a little bit about the context of why I made this video. So I hope you enjoy, or at least give you an idea of the behavior of these games under the system. And well, maybe you are now inspired to build your own PlayStation 5 PC. Thank you very much, and see you in the next year.